Well, President Trump said that the call lasted a little over an hour and a half and said that it resulted in a, quote, positive conclusion for both countries. Importantly, he said that moving forward, he doesn't think there's going to be any questions around rare earth products. As you all know, the U.S. had been accusing China of slow walking these export licenses when it comes to critical and rare earth minerals that really are essential to U.S. supply chains, alleging that China had violated the terms reached when they had negotiated in Geneva. In fact, I actually caught up with the Deputy Treasury Secretary Michael Falkender earlier this week, who told me that this was the issue that he thought would ultimately mean that these leaders were eventually going to have to get on the phone and talk about. President Trump also said that there would be another round of in-person talks like we saw in Geneva. He said that Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and USTR Jamieson Greer would lead them, as well as Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. That would be a new addition to the team. He was not there at the talks in Geneva, but a pretty remarkable development to think about how our reporting has really indicated, Paul and Alex, that China would really much prefer for key advisors to iron out the issues before putting Xi Jinping on the phone call. And there were definitely some key issues that they needed to talk about today.
But as it relates to those rare earths, the U.S. president did not specify whether Beijing had agreed to speed export licenses, did he? Is that something that's just too complex at this point?
So we're still awaiting further details. We have to put into context that the Truth Social post was rather vague, but President Trump himself said that he doesn't think that there are going to be questions moving forward here. Of course, it's a very complex process and has been something that has been top of mind for the United States during these talks and really has become sort of a pressure point moving forward, since we know our analysts at Bloomberg Economics tell us that 30 out of 50 minerals that are deemed critical to the U.S. come primarily from China. So they really do have such a big market share when it comes to these critical minerals that the U.S. ends up relying on.